People on YouTube! Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. And if you are watching this video at that time, I hope you all are staying safe, staying home, and continuing to social distance and get through this really weird COVID pandemic quarantine thing. So, over the past 10 days that I've been on quarantine, I've been working on this big project. If you can't tell, I am in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 right now, and in this video I'm going to be showing you my very own Six Flags Fiesta Texas park map. So this is really exciting because it's the first actual complete map that I've made, and all the other maps I did just didn't work, were created poorly, stuff like that. The way I'm going to be showing this to you is with the actual park map, because I actually used the park map as my blueprint. So I'll leave a link in the description box below to the Six Flags Fiesta Texas website where you can get the park map there and print it out and follow along with me. So before I show you everything, I want to let you know that I do have a few disclaimers to tell you guys. So I obviously don't live in Texas. I live in Massachusetts. So my home park is actually Six Flags New England, and I have not made a park map on that quite yet, but I probably will soon. Another thing to take into consideration is this park was made completely from my imagination, other than the park map, so there's obviously lots of stuff that are wrong in it that aren't in the real version, like the space, the placement of the rides, and even the quarry's a little bit messed up. There's no water park because I just didn't feel like doing it, and also water parks are pretty uncommon in the game. And I was gonna do a water park, but unfortunately Roller Coaster Tycoon actually has a restriction on how many rides, stalls, and attractions you can actually use in your park, which is kind of sad because if you wanted to make like a super awesome, gigantic roller coaster park, you're gonna probably run out of, you'll still have plenty of space, but you're gonna run out of, stuff to put your roller coasters because of the restriction. Also, if you look at the park map that I'm sure you probably got to by now, you'll see on the bottom right there's like the yellow information squares that are scattered all over the park. I didn't really do any of those. The only ones that I did were the first aid rooms and the restrooms. So that's that. And also, when this game was created, which was actually before I was born, um, there are not like the real roller coaster models in this map that there are in real life. For example, for Iron Rattler, I actually used a Hyper Twister roller coaster, and but in real life, it's an RMC hybrid, so I did not do that obviously. So some of the rides have different layouts and are wrong. So I'm just telling you all that. I know it's a lot of talking, but don't rant about it in the comments. But if you have any comments and suggestions of how I did with the park, please let me know below. And I'm sure right when I finished it, I came pretty darn close to what it looks like in the real version. Alright, that's enough chit chat. So, without further ado, and I'm sorry for the audio by the way if it's a little bad, but here it is. Here is my Six Flags Fiesta Texas Roller Coaster Tycoon map. So, the way I'm going to be showing this to you is through the park map, and we're going to look at the maximum thrills first, then the moderate thrills, and then the kid-size thrills, and they're all going to be in order. And the video might be a little long by the end of that, so I'm going to leave you guys to look for shopping and dining on your own, so you can kind of look at that yourself. And, this is where the water park would have been, but there's obviously really nothing there. Alright, but anyway, so let's start off with the maximum thrills. So this is the Sky Screamer. So in real life, this is like a really tall swing ride. I'd used a Rotodrop because they didn't have that in the game. But another disclaimer is that some of the rides are not actually to scale height-wise. For example, the Sky Screamer in the real version's like 400 feet high, and then this one's only 200. So that's that, and I tried to get it to be the same colors as it is in the real version too. So there's that. Now I'll show you the Superman Krypton coaster, which, according to the guests, is the most popular ride in the park, which is not surprising. It's got the queue, and it's got the little sign that I made, and if you look inside, there's actually that little shop that you have right there at the Superman coasters. So these supports right here are actually the ones that I used in the real game, and this is one of the rides that's actually to scale. Like, it's 170. I think the real version is 168, and then the loop also looks really weird, but I wanted it to be 145. But anyway, let's watch it, see how it goes. And that's all there really is to it. Okay, number 3, the Twister. I think that it's a top spin in real life, which is what I used. And it's obviously not the most popular, because it's right next to the most popular ride in the park, probably, but there's that. Number 4 is Batman the Ride. So, this is obviously not the modern version like it's supposed to be. Like, it's a limb-launched roller coaster, and it launches you up to the right height, 120, I think that's right, and it brings you over all the hills, and it's got pretty much the same exact layout that Batman the Ride does, except instead of, you know, switching directions, it goes down like that, and obviously goes much faster. I didn't use any trainers for this because I wanted it to be completely original, but if I did, then I probably would have used the multi-dimensional trains on this, made it look a little bit more like the real thing. But anyway, that's Batman the Ride. And now, number 5 is the Screamin' Eagle zip line. So, there's no such thing as zip lines in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. So for this, I actually used a chairlift that goes really fast. So, this chairlift brings you up and over the Krypton coaster, and it actually puts you on top of the quarry, and then there's like a little spectator area there so you can see the waterfall. There's a kiosk there, and then this way brings you back down to here. And a lot of guests were getting stuck, so I actually had to put a no entry sign there just so. Okay, number 6, Poltergeist. Okay, so this is Poltergeist right here. Once again, it is a limb-launched coaster, and it goes the correct speed when it launches. I think it was like 60. Yeah, it's 59. Close enough. It's got the same exact train. It's got the right colors. I don't know about the right height. I don't know about how tall it is actually, but it's got a pretty good layout. It's got the trains. Here's another fun fact. The reason why I actually did this part was because my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin actually live in Texas. If you're watching this, give me a shout out to you. And I made that because this is their home park, and I hope they like it. So that's Poltergeist, and this is the queue right here. It's pretty popular, not too bad. Okay, number 7, Wonder Woman Gold Lasso Coaster. So, in real life, this is obviously a RNC single rail coaster, but the actual layout that I used is a twister roller coaster with 16 people. And it's got the right height, 110, 105, a drop probably. It goes a little bit slower than... No, it goes faster. Like, I think the real version goes like 52 miles per hour, but then this one goes 60, as you can see. Let's watch it go. Hey, that's Roller Coasters Park. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's got like the Immelman and stuff. Is that called an Immelman? No, it's the dive loop. I know that this part's a little bit wrong because it goes into like a brake run right here where I'm pointing, but it's got the corkscrew and everything, so it's not bad. Okay, number 8, Scream Towers. So these are the Scream Towers right here. I don't know how tall they are, but I made them 180. These two towers right here are drop towers, and then this one right here is a shot tower, as you can see. And as you can also see, it's got like that little red thing at the top there, and then if I turn around, you can actually see it says Fiesta, Texas, like it does in the real version. So that's cool. Alright, number 9, the Iron Rattler. So, as I said earlier, this is a hybrid twister coaster, and it's got a bunch of supports under it to make it look like it's actually made out of wood, and then the steel track is painted brown, and then the sides are red, just like the real version. I believe it's also the correct height, too. I think the real version's like 181. Yep, 180, so that's pretty close. I know it doesn't go straight down, but it has like that interesting twisted drop to it. It goes into the quarry. And then back up. This is one of my favorite looking coasters in the park because, as you can see, it looks so detailed and it's really cool. It's got those little hills and that little place that you see on the top, and I'll show you the stats. Very high, high, medium. It's really great, probably because of all the scenery, but yeah, it's definitely a ride I want to try out someday. Alright, number 10, the Texas Gunslinger. So, if you look on the park map, it's actually more over here, but I didn't put it there because of spacing reasons. But when I looked it up online, it looked like it was blue, like on Google Images, but on the park map you can see that it looks kind of orange. I just made it blue to kind of mix it up a little bit, and obviously there's no such thing like this in the real version, so I just put it there. This is a no entry sign, and put a mechanic there, made it seem like it was broken. Alright, and finally, for the maximum thrills, we have Goliath. So this is also one of those roller coasters that has the supports like I used on Superman. I don't think it's the right height. It's 85. I think the real version is like 105, but wow, this is a loaded train. But other than that, it looks pretty good, and I definitely like the color scheme. It's a very interesting color. Goes into the brakes there because it was rolling way too fast. So I think I don't know if there's brakes in the real version, but alright, that's it for maximum thrills. I hope you guys like that. And now we're gonna do moderate thrills. So these are the Bugs Whitewater Rapids. This ride's definitely popular. As you can see, there's a lot of people. And it's so weird, some people are going backwards. Is it because maybe the turnables aren't working or something? But anyway, it's basically just a log flume. It doesn't have as much scenery as it does in the real version. Oh, that turnable didn't work, that's why. But it's got a pretty good layout. It goes all over, everywhere. So that's that. And now, number 2, the Whirligig. In reality, I know that this is like a swing ride, kind of like I know them as. I couldn't find that, so I just used an Enterprise, which is also pretty good because it's, you know, another little thrill ride that you could do in the park. Number 3, Fender Bender. These are... Oh, it's broken down, but, oh, yeah, you just got back together. It's bumper cars, and what's great is these are the actual colors of what they are in the real park, and Six Flags New England, so that's pretty good. And number 4, the Gully Washer. Oh, this one's also broken down, but as you can see, it's, you know, pretty much the major rapid ride in the park. It's got water, maybe a little bit too many boats, but it goes into the Iron Rattler. I don't know if it does that in real life, but it's pretty good. Like one of the main water rides in the park. Alright, number 5, Roadrunner Express. So, I know in reality this is like a mine train coaster, almost. As you can see, it's really popular with everyone. Probably because it's a less intense ride. As you can see, high, medium, low, which is pretty good ratings, to be honest. And this is a hyper coaster layout. The trains look pretty similar to the real version. A bit of brakes there too, to make it slower. And I know the theming of it isn't exactly what it's like in the real version. Like, I know that it's like, you know, Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote theming probably, but I just decorated it on my own. I put a tavern here. It's definitely not supposed to be pirate themed. But that's that. Number 6, Boomerang Coast to Coaster. And as you can see, it's going right now. It actually just ended. But it's got the right colors, and it's also a very popular ride. I tried to make the station look like how it was in the real version. Like, if you look on the map, it looks kind of red. So I did that, and this awkward teal orange color scheme. It's got the right train colors too. It's got the purple. I don't know if that red line is actually black. Watch it go. Okay, number 7, Fireball. So, obviously in reality this is like a coaster that brings you upside down, like I'm doing with my mouse here, and then, you know, it's like an inverter ship ride. I couldn't find that, so this is a limb launch roller coaster that still takes you upside down when you go up to the top. Like, it's like a hang time roll, as you can see. I don't know if it's the right height. It's 135, that's pretty high, but... So that's the Fireball, and I wanted to try to make it go more circuits, but I didn't, because I know that's how it is in the real version. Alright, number 8, Hurricane Force 5. That is right here, I believe. It's a pirate ship ride, and it's got the unique color, the teal, the yellow, and it's got the little Q. Number 9 is Spin Sanity, and as you can see, this is it right here. I know that it's like a spinning ride, like the pirate ship, but like a circular type, I guess. And it doesn't go upside down, but, you know, if you want to go for a ride that has the name Insanity in it, definitely make it go upside down. So, I did it like that. Okay. Number 10 is Pandemonium. So this is where you're going to start to notice the layout of the park is wrong, because I know that the quarry is actually more like right here in this area. Like, it doesn't just end here, and there's obviously more space after Wonder Woman, but I didn't make the map big enough. But anyway, it's got pretty good colors, and I know the trains are obviously big. It's probably like the worst looking coaster in the park, even though it's still 11 is Crow's Nest. So this is the main Ferris wheel in the park. It's got the right colors. I tried to make it, you know, like a green almost. I don't know if that's how it is in the real version, but not a lot of people are really riding it. Yeah, there's like no one riding it, but so there's that. And number 12, the Wave Runner. So it's a bit hard to see with poltergeists. So as you can see, it's like, you know, a scrambler twist ride. It's got the teal and gray color scheme, and it looks like no one really wants to ride it. So that's Wave Runner. And then number 13, to finish off the moderate thrills, is the Thunder Beach Speedway. So I tried to make this look like how it looked in the map, because if you look at the map, you can actually see that it has like a purple ground sort of thing, and then I made like this, you know, funky colored hot pink border. So there's that, and I should probably make 2 laps just to make the line move a little bit faster. Okay, so that's it for moderate thrills, and now we're going to move on to kid-sized thrills. So I'm going to show you both of my train stations. So this is the Spassburg train station, and that's the station right there. There's the queue, and then over here is the Crack Axle train station with the queue right here. Both of the stations look kind of similar, same colors, and I definitely like trains because it makes the transportation better and less confusing, and it's actually pretty popular. It's, you know, 243 people love it, so that's great. So definitely look out for trains in your park. I'm sure those are pretty common nowadays. Okay, number 2, arcades. If you haven't noticed, there's actually 2 arcades in the park. One of them is right here where the Gully Washer is almost, and then the other one is right here in this area. So there's obviously no such thing as arcades in RCT2. So I'll just remove all this here, and I actually made the arcade into like a little slide, underground slide thing. And then over here is classic things that you would win in an arcade, like t-shirts and hats and balloons maybe. So that's that. Okay, number 3 is Kindersley. Here it is, right here. It's also another little slide ride. I don't know if it is in the real version, but that's that. It looks like no one really wants to go on it. Okay, number 4, 3-point challenge. So this is over here, and I know it's a basketball game. Don't get me wrong. It's not a soccer game. So that's all they had, though. And I made it seem like it was closed, you know. So there's no entry signs there, and 3-point challenge sign. Okay, and number 5 is Buckaroos. So this is right here. I believe that Buckaroos is... Oh, it's actually number 6, sorry. Well, we'll do 5 after. So I believe this is actually one of those rides that, you know, it's a little kiddie ride that takes you up, and then at my park they have like this little Tweety bird sort of thing who knocks you down. I wanted to do a downward launch, but it actually goes up after you launch it for some reason, and it actually crashes this, so I don't want to do that, obviously. Okay, number 5. So I know that these are actually like real games, probably, obviously, in the real version. I didn't do that because there's already the arcade thing that I made, and I just kind of made a little place for people to sit, probably because the little kid cafe is right next to it. So hope that works. Number 7, Zoom Jets. So I know that this is like one of those rides that takes you, it's like a little airplane kiddie ride. I couldn't find that, so wow, Superman breaks down a lot. But I made it like a little magic carpet ride, as you can see, which I think is actually a pretty good addition, since there's not really any other rides like this in the park. It's not super popular, but it works. Number 8, the pirate ship play zone. I believe that that is a playground, and I did not actually add it in. It would have been in this area right here, but I just put a bunch of trees there because I didn't want to just make a bunch of dinky slides that didn't work because that's a little too extra. Alright, number 9, Up, and Away. So, I believe that this is... I don't know what it is in the real version, but it's another roto drop, just like the Skyscraper, but much less intense and not as high. So, you know, it's meant to be a little kiddie ride. Despite how unintense it is, it's still medium for everything, which is kind of a lot. But, so that's that. Number 10, the Crazy Cars. So that is right here. And I know that there's like a lot more space. It goes like over all the land and everything. But I obviously had space problems with that, so I actually kind of made it go underground and under the Kiddie Coaster. And it ends right here. So that's a nice little addition. Number 11 is the actual Kiddie Coaster. And I know in the real version they actually let you go around twice, I believe, so there's that. It's, you know, obviously not super popular because there's like nothing to it, but it's how the Kiddie Coaster is. Apparently, she's the kid in the park. I kind of like how this ride looks because there's like all little trees and scenery around it that kids are used to, so that's pretty cool. Number 12 is Daphne's Bus Stop. I believe that's over here. I know that it's kind of like the Magic Carpet ride you saw earlier, but I obviously wanted to make it a bus ride, so I just kind of made it like, you know, that motion simulator sort of thing with the flowers all over it. Oh, that guy just puked. Okay, number 13 is Casas Tornado. Look how awesome this one looks. Not. So, it's got like it's like a little swing ride, but obviously it's like a diamond ride thing, as you can see. And it's got like a little thing to cover it because I didn't want it to show off as a diamond ride, so it's pretty funny. I was gonna make it like a Tommy gun ride, I believe it's called, but I wanted it to be more kid friendly, so I just did it this way. Okay, number 14, the Grand Carousel. Alright, so this one's pretty basic. It's just the little carousel that people would like to ride. Another good thing, one thing I like about this park is that the carousel is right next to Sangerfest's Alley Food Court. I'll just move this in and show you guys. And, wow, there's a lot of guests in there. Oh, vandalism. All these things are destroyed. I gotta get rid of that. But, you know, if guests are like wanting to not ride super big rides because they just ate, they can just go and ride the carousel. Number 15 is Crack Axle Train Station. Number 16 is Yosemite Sam's Wacky Wagons. I know that in reality this is like an actual, like there's like 6 little things that you can go into, and it's just like the Crow's Nest, except the only difference is that it's backward rotation and different colors. It definitely seems more popular than the Crow's Nest, because there's like no one in line for this, except that mechanic. Number 17 is Foghorn Leghorn's Barnyard Railway. So, this is also kind of meant to be another little kiddie ride. I know that it probably goes through much more space. Like, I probably would have done it from here, but I just didn't because of the other train station. But I think it's, you know, like a small, breezy little ride that the kids can check out. Not that much theming to it. And I didn't want it to go, like, into the smokehouse. Yeah. Okay, number 18 is the ladder climb, which I didn't actually include in this park because I figured that just, you know, it wouldn't be extra or anything, and also there's no such thing as ladder ride in this park. And finally, for the kid-sized thrills, we have Pirates of the Deep Sea. So, this is, I'm definitely sure it's like some sort of water ride, almost. So, let me go through. It's actually a, as you can see, mini copter ride. And I'm sure in the real version there's like a lot more theming and pirate stuff too. So there's that, and it's right behind the Wave Runner and Poltergeist. So overall, the theming for this park is really good. So that's pretty much it for me to show you with this park. There's one more thing I'm going to show you. So this is where the water park would have been, but if you actually look at the water park, number 11, you can see the wave pool is actually shaped like Texas, which is pretty cool. So, let me turn it around here. See how that actually kind of looks like the state of Texas? So, I made that into a lake and made it into a boat ride so that people can do it like that. It looks like these people are really struggling with it. Right, those people are fine. And the reason why this is here is just so they don't get cornered in this little area right here. But, anyway, that's pretty much it for this park. Once again, I'm going to leave you guys to browse for the shopping and dining. Like, as you can see, there's like, you know, the Mercado here, funnel cakes, and then it has like the hot right here, and then pizzeria, cocktails. These are the gift shops for Batman the Ride and Wonder Woman, and Panda Express is right here. And then one more thing, this is the last thing I promise. So this is Star Wars amphitheater, but if you look inside of it, it's actually a circus, which is pretty cool. And then, I can't really read this on the map. It's called like the Sundance Theater, I think, or Sandance. And I just made it seem like it was a band performing for everyone, and put a bunch of chairs here for people to eat and stuff. But that's pretty much it. So thank you very, very much for watching this, and pretty soon I will upload another video on another roller coaster map. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please continue to stay home, stay safe, so we can all get through the coronavirus pandemic together. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you later. See you guys.